What's up BTS, it's your host Michaela and I'm here to break down the top 10 times the public did not accept celebrities' apologies. At number 10 we have Matt Damon and his admission to no longer using the F slur because of his daughter calling him out. He informed the Sunday Times how he refrains from now saying the homophobic remark because his daughter had to basically beg him to stop saying it. He recalled making a quote joke and how the word was commonly used when he was a child in a supposedly different context. In response to the ever-knowing backlash, Matt says he received an essay from his daughter after she left the table and retreated to her room to pen it. To say the least, the public was not pleased and his apology still has yet to be fully accepted by members of the LGBTQ+ community and its allies. At number 9 we have Crazy Rich Asians actress Nora Lum, famously known as Awkwafina, yes, like the water. For her issue, she was called out for using a black scent in her roles, as well as her frequent appropriation of AAVE, or in full African American vernacular English. She addressed the criticism that came with her initial backlash via a Twitter statement. However, many felt like it was far too late for her to push her tweets in regards to her past action, and how long she delayed addressing the years-long issue of black identity being reduced to entertainment punchlines, ultimately harming the young black creatives in Hollywood. The statement was released 2 weeks after the public outcry that was Awkwafina's NAACP Image Award, which once typically honored black historic achievement and talent in Hollywood. This upset many due to her original reluctance to apologize and address the sparked debate of her past AAVE appropriation. Awkwafina announced her Twitter leave hours after her statement, and this sparked further rage with her lack of commitment to the issue, especially since it was addressed during Black History Month originally. In short, Jonathan Gibbs, Black and Asian Alliance Network founder, once detailed how if Awkwafina had the guts to speak about black people knowing their issues with her, then her team should not be protecting her, and she should have remained silent until she was actually ready to commit, since that is what she was doing all along anyway. At number 8 we have TikToker Sienna Mae Gomez and her essay allegations from another TikToker, Jack Wright. Following her situation unfolding, Sienna made a BFFS podcast appearance to address concerns and brought a forensic expert and lawyer to assist her in the dispute claims she has since denied. The footage analyzed a clip of Sienna and Jack making out with Sienna on top, but Jack's friend, who first brought the situation to light, stated that Jack was unconscious at the time of the situation, which Jack later supported his overview of the event. Unfortunately, the clip was deemed too short to determine what really happened, so it was revoked from being credible evidence. Since Jack posted his YouTube video accusing Sienna, she's lost over 1 million TikTok followers, and her attempted apology to try and smooth things over was never widely accepted. At number 7 we have celebrity chef Mario Batali and the odd cinnamon roll recipe he attached to his online statement after being accused of misconduct by 4 women. He started off his email newsletter with an apology for his quote past behavior. In short, it reads, "I have made many mistakes and I am so very sorry that I have disappointed my friends, my family, my fans, and my team. My behavior was wrong and there are no excuses. I take full responsibility." However, following the apology, there was an added postscript slated at the end that was heavily referred to as tone deaf. It stated, "In case you're searching for a holiday-inspired breakfast, these pizza dough cinnamon rolls are a fan favorite," along with an embedded link for the recipe. Twitter reactions were understandably both swift and negative, and Mario stepped down from his restaurant empire amid the allegations. The Italian market chain he owns had also distanced itself from the once highly sought after celebrity chef. At number 6 we have ex-spouses Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Back when these two were together and weren't splashing tabloids with their unforgettably messy defamation trial, they landed themselves in hot water in Australia, issuing a somberly awkward apology for failing to declare their 2 Yorkshire Terriers properly when they entered the country. Amber's defense video was released by the Australian government, where she heavily apologized and was spared a conviction over her dog smuggling saga. Originally, Amber pled guilty to knowingly producing a false/misleading document, but her other 2 charges for illegally importing her dogs were dropped. She had her classic stony-faced court look as she spoke about the importance of protecting Australia and its strict biosecurity law. Eventually, the court gave Amber a 1-month bond sentence for good behavior. The dogs were said to have had a 73-hour ultimatum about them getting put down by Australian's Minister Joyce, who told ABC that he was satisfied with the views the videos was accumulating worldwide. The 2 were in the country for Johnny's filming of Pirates of the Caribbean, and Johnny was not charged over the incident but did accompany Amber in court. According to 7 News, although her offense was large, Amber was not believed to be above the law by the judge, as her travel and work were necessary at the time. Still, surely we all now know how Amber's publicly rejected apology still haunts her via the internet every waking day. At number 5, we have Papa John's former chairman and founder John Schnatter, who had gone under fire for admitting he had been, quote, working for 20 months to get the N-word eradicated from his vocabulary following a racist conference call leak. In the interview where he issued an apology, John seemed more focused on discovering who was behind the leak rather than genuinely apologizing, and lashed out at any suggestion that he's a racist. John recalled being shocked from the outing of his role in the famous pizza chain and began to blame his board for the incident, as he's done previously, noting that he would figure out who did it. Of course, he could just take responsibility for his actions, but why would he do that? Anyway, it's the year 2019, and John participated in a fairly quickly viral interview where he claimed his then owners were conspiring to axe him from the franchise, going on about how people he, quote, loved and made multi-millionaires would do what they did. He then proceeded to wish shame on them and hammered directly into then new CEO Steve Ritchie for allegedly having no pizza experience. Obviously, this apology was both out of pocket and distasteful, and the public was not here for it. At number 4, we have 21 Pilots frontman Tyler Joseph, and the internet calling him out for his lack of platform use in light of the Black Lives Matter movement. During the wake of the protests, loads of influencers began using their platforms to actively speak out against a multitude of issues like racism and police brutality. But Tyler? Oh, he was not. In fact, he even made a complete joke of a very serious issue, even after fans urged him to use his 2.2 million Twitter followers and 5.1 million Instagram following to help make a difference. It wasn't long before he dropped a Twitter picture of him wearing platform shoes with the caption, "You guys keep asking me to use my platforms. Feels good to dust these bad boys off." Worse, Tyler doubled down in the following tweet once the backlash came with, "This is not a notes app moment. I'm doubling down on my platform" tweet. It was fantastic. Of course, mass disappointment was expressed, and Tyler soon issued an additional apology which seemed slightly more sincere after he said he was attempting to, quote, raise awareness. He expressed his tweet was not in regard to human rights and that he stood for BLM, along with a link that sourced ways to help victims of the BLM protests. Overall though, his apology was like the boy who cried wolf, insensitive and leaving absolutely no room for public forgiveness. At number 3, we have the 45-day prison sentence of Mark Wahlberg and how he claimed he had turned his life around after being imprisoned for his double-charged, racially motivated hate crime attacks as a teenager. Mark was charged with violating the civil rights of his victims for the first attack, and as per the latter, he was found guilty of attempted murder. Furthermore, Mark pled guilty for, quote, claiming he was intoxicated and the attacks weren't race-related. Mark had a previous civil rights injunction which prohibited him from threatening, assaulting, or intimidating anyone due to race or nationality, and was found contempt in court with an original 2-year prison sentence. However, his attacks on Vietnamese men were only served for a little over a month, which he attempted to seek pardon for and have wiped clean from his criminal record due to his supposedly recent actions showing the world how he, quote, changed. The request was later dropped by Mark in 2016, and in a The Guardian interview, he detailed again how much work he had supposedly put in to make things right. Still, the public did not and probably still doesn't agree nor believe that he can change his deep-seated ways from a mere 45 days in jail. At number 2, we have Gina Rodriguez's non-apology apology following her call out for singing the N-word on her Instagram story. The video stems from her jamming along to Ready or Not while getting glammed up, and in it you see her say the N-word part from the lyrics. This was shortly followed by the removal of the video 3 hours later and a subpar apology on the app, with the star admitting she had acted thoughtlessly. Gina wrote, "In a song or real life, the words that I spoke should not have been spoken," where she also discussed needing to seriously grow and learn a public lesson in regards to the historical pain which stems from the slur. Gina was once also formally deemed to be, quote, evoking the spirit of all lives matters when she ran into another anti-black community issue of erasing black women during a Smallfoot interview she partook in with Grownish star Yara Shahidi. At number 1, we have Doja Cat landing herself in hot water when her problematically anti-gay tweets were dug up by avid fans and resurfaced online. But the now deleted tweets alone weren't upsetting, it was also her apology that sparked even more outrage on social media. Doja had previously used the homophobic comment known as the F slur to reference Odd Future members Tyler the Creator and Earl Sweatshirt. When she issued her apology, it came in the defense of her past self, which obviously amped up controversy and broadcasted her use of language to an even even wider audience, people who didn't even know who she was. This wasn't the first nor the last time Doja would be accused of saying hurtful or wrong remarks, but this is probably her biggest. And after the initial remarks, she issued a cycle of apologies expressing her deep remorse, all of which have been deleted from her Twitter. She penned in a since deleted note app post with her most recognized apology on August 29th, yet she has not stopped receiving backlash for her comments since. Many deem her apology to be ineffective since she makes profits off of people from the LGBTQ+ community and seemingly has not learned her lesson of spewing problematic comments to this day. That concludes today's BTS. Again, I've been your host Michaela, and I'll see y'all again real soon.